Today is Wednesday, June the 4th, 2014, and we're in attendance at the graduating class of the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce Leadership class. There are many happy faces here, a day I'm sure they'll remember, and let's visit with some in attendance. Hi, we're at the 2014 graduation of the leadership class, the Hilton Head Chamber of Commerce, and I have the pleasure of being here this evening with one of the graduating class. It's my dear friend, Channing. Hi, Channing. It's good to be here with you.
Hey, Robin. It's always nice to see you.
Well, I'm curious. How is it you ended up in the 2014 class, Channing?
You? No, I'm kidding. Well, actually, there were several people over the past few years. I knew about the program tangentially and vaguely. But I had several experiences where people came up to me and said, you ought to give it a try. So eventually I did, and I decided to take the plunge, and it's been great.
Hi, we're with Andy Twisdale, and I understand you were with the first graduating class.
That's correct, Robin. It was 1986, sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce, and we had 30-some people. And it's quite different then. But each year, the classes have gotten better.
Now, I've asked you this question before, but that was for a different reason. Why are you still involved with the leadership class?
You remember when your mother said if you were hanging around the right people, you were doing good? This is the right people to hang around.
Those are good answers. And I didn't even have to feed them to you. They came from you, so I appreciate that. I thank you for your time, and thank you for having us here this evening.
You're very welcome, Robin.
We're here now with Bill Miles, who's president of the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. Bill, tell us how this program benefits the community.
Well, the class comes together. It's really a 10-month-long process, and coming together to learn leadership skills, hearing public officials speak, education officials speak, and really learning more about the communities, and then also being able to take what they learn and take it back out in the community after they graduate and become more involved than what they might have been in the past.
We're now with Alan Perry from the 2014 graduating class. Alan, thank you for allowing us to interview you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And how long have you been here in the Low Country?
Over 40 years.
Now, is there anything in particular you feel like you've gotten out of this class?
You know, I tell you what's been great for me in this class is, class of 25, and there's a lot younger people here than myself in the class, and seeing what they see. That's really cool because I want my kids to come back, and it's going to be these younger guys and gals that are in the class that are going to make that happen. They're going to create some special things and be the leaders for tomorrow.
Just missed my ride to Defusky, so instead missed my jet ski. We're going to go over with Captain Chris, May River Excursion. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
We're going to head over for Defusky Day. Chris always gives a great ride over to Defusky. We're going to be loaded up with another family heading over to enjoy the day. What's the route today?
Go in the back way through Collies. Lots of dolphins, smooth ride, no boats.
I like that. That's one of my favorite ways to go across. Chris always takes us a fun way. It's going to be busy on the island. We'll be busy all day. We'll be catching Chris on the ride back. And Chris, we thank you for your time. Now we're looking forward to getting on the boat and having a good ride over.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you. I'm here with Tanya Robinson, native to Defusky Island. How many generations, Tanya?
I'm the fourth generation, not the third, but the fourth generation.
And we've got some wonderful music in the background here, having a fantastic time. What keeps you coming back to Defusky Day?
Oh man, it's just the island itself. It's just that this home and the people, and especially people like you. It's so very nice to be here. I mean, it's just good coming back home. I mean,
it's a fantastic place. Everybody has such a wonderful time. You can see by all the movement activity, the water in the background is fantastic setting.
Yes.
But Miss Frances Jones helped start this event 38 years ago.
Yes, she did.
What's your family's connection with Miss Frances?
Well, Miss Frances taught my grandmother and my mother.
Tanya, thank you for your time. Now we're going to go off and enjoy the music. You guys excuse us. We got work to do. Come on.
All right.
This is Amelia Stevens. Amelia is one of the organizers of the event, Vice President of Defusky Island Foundation, but she's also native to the island, and I love asking, how many generations?
About 5 generations.
About 5.
Yes.
That's a long time. That's probably back about as long as any family dates on Defusky.
Yes.
Now, as one of the organizers for the DeFusky Day, it's an annual event. What goes into this, Amelia?
A lot goes into it because the DeFusky Island Foundation, who sponsors and organizes DeFusky Day, all of us are natives of the island, so this is like near and dear to us. It's something that we all grew up on, so it's something that we all thrive to keep going each year. Yeah. So it's something it's personal, you know.
Well, this year was a big year. You had the boats from Savannah coming over. 2 boats this year?
Yes, a boat from Savannah, Hilton Head.
Boat Savannah. Now, who comes to these events each year?
There's visitors or native of the island. There are people who just hear about DeFusky, so it's a little bit of everybody. You know, people plan for this day every year, annually. People who move away come back for this day, so it's a little bit of everyone. We encourage people who don't know about DeFusky to come and learn about DeFusky. So
thank you, Amelia. We appreciate being here with you. I see some people are starting to look for their boats to head back out.
Yes.
We're going to be leaving in a few minutes too. We came over with May River Excursions. They're going to be taking us back. So we thank everyone that joined us today at the DeFusky Day event, 38th annual. We hope you'll join us next year because you just have to come to DeFusky. Thank you, Amelia.
Thank you.
We have had another fun day here on DeFusky at the 38th annual DeFusky Day. If you couldn't join us this year, we hope you'll mark your calendar to be back next year, the 39th annual, the 4th Saturday of June. Now we're going to hop a ride with May River, get back over to Bluffton. Now back to WHHI Studio, Robin Townsend reporting. Who says you can't play with your food? It looks like somebody found a way to think of playing with your food. We're at the first annual Tomato Bash here in Beaufort, South Carolina on Canes Island. In the background, we see the remnants of a tomato fight. They played with their food. This is a wonderful event to come. We can look around and see family friendly. There's plenty of food around. There's even got a tent for cold beer if you're interested in cold beer. Let's take a look around, visit the petting booth, see what some of the kids are doing. Catch up with me. We're with Miss Jody Miller, Plum Productions. She's the event organizer. Did I get that correct?
You got it right.
Now, what's the genius behind this? What a wonderful idea, a tomato bash.
Well, we decided to celebrate the tomato crop that's so successful economically and culturally in the Sea Islands of the Lowcountry.
Well, that's true. We're in the St. Helena Island, but these islands once were known for their produce, but they still are, aren't they?
They are. Our 2 most successful businesses, actually countywide, are both tomato farms.
Oh, wow. Now, see, I didn't know that, so that's a good thing to know. Well, what were some of the highlights for this year's event?
I think we had a lot of success with a kids zone, which had over a dozen inflatables, and also a kids run, which was half a mile long with some mini obstacles, mini versions of our larger obstacles for the kids. So we brought out a lot of families. We really tried to include everyone from a price point perspective and having things that were, you know, free and also things that were paid for. So we tried to make it welcoming for everyone.
How will we look for this next year? This being the first annual, one of many to come, how can people remember to start looking for 2015?
Well, we're always going to have the same week because of the picking of the tomato crop. So we are dependent on that crop for the 20,000 pounds of tomatoes that we actually had here today. 10,000 in the ring and 10,000 on the obstacle course. So we are very dependent on that season, and that typically ends between July 4th and July 12th. So we will always have it the week of July 4th to July 12th.
Caesar, we see you're having your lunch. Mr. Ludy, thank you for making time for us here. You're with the All-American Petting Zoo from Ridgeland?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
Now, what makes Caesar so special?
He's just a big baby. He is the main attraction. When people walk in this gate right here, he's the first thing they see. That camel, the camel, and because there's not a whole lot of people sees a camel around here, you know.
Well, that's why I noticed, and it's wonderful.
He loves to eat out your hand. He's just as friendly as he can be.
Now, he's a one-hump camel, and they're called?
A dromedary.
A dromedary, just for the one?
For the one hump, yeah.
And what other animals do you have?
We have a water buffalo, it's a Cape water buffalo from Africa, and we have a zebu cow, which is an African cow, and we have miniature beef cows, we have miniature black Angus, we have dwarf ponies, we have dwarf donkeys, we have llamas, pygmy goats, sheep, and our pony ride.
Well, we thank you for your time, and thank you for coming and being part of the Tomato Festival. We hope you'll come back next year.
Yes, ma'am. We sure will.
I'm going to come back next year, ready to play, be part of the Tomato Bash. Robin Townsend for WHHI. Hi, I'm Robin, and today I'm going to take you with me inside DeFusky. We're going to be going to DeFusky from Bluffton out of the county dock with May River Excursions, Captain Chris Shoemaker, and you'll see one of the ways to get to Daufuskie. So let me grab my groceries and my luggage and come inside Daufuskie with me.
Chris Shoemaker with May River Excursions.
Hi, Chris. And how long have you been traveling these waters between here and Daufuskie?
Oh, my whole life. But I started my business 3 years ago.
3 years, and we're glad to have you. And you operate a water taxi to Daufuskie?
Yes, ma'am.
What can people expect on a ride with you?
I think it's the best ride anywhere in the low country. But sunsets, dolphins, I mean, it's a good time.
As we ride with Chris, maybe if he sees something interesting, he'll stop and show us.
And it's really weird because, like, one will dive down and he'll feed, and then he comes up and joins the circle.
We're at the public boat dock. We call this different things. It's commonly known as Marshside Mamas, but it's a hub for Daufuskie Island for people coming and going. This is where so many steamers and the public ferry systems used to come in and out of Daufuskie, and at one point there was one that came in and out of public boat, and it held 1,400 passengers. So you can imagine people are thinking today as Daufuskie is this isolated place and not known, but at one point in time we were the destination in the low country to come. Here on Daufuskie we are the southern gateway to South Carolina. We are in the Intracoastal Waterway. People stop here frequently. Boaters come across from Savannah, but we're also on Daufuskie, the southernmost inhabited point in South Carolina, which is a good distinction to have. Makes this the gateway to South Carolina. I'm going to get my groceries, get home. We hope you've enjoyed coming with me inside Daufuskie, and tune in again for another Inside Daufuskie adventure. Hi, I'm Robin, and welcome inside Daufuskie. Today we're on the trail of the famous Fuskie Devil Crab, and to start the trip it seemed appropriate to come down to the Daufuskie Public Boat Landing, or the county dock, where so many people come to do their crabbing here off of the pier and the dock. So what's in our crab pot, Chris?
Well, we got 2 crabs, male and a female, and this is just your standard crab trap. You set it out for a day or two. Usually you get about dozens of good catch.
Dozens of good catch.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to head on over to Fuskie and see if we can find some Fuskie Devil crabs.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thank you, Chris. Behind us is the Intracoastal Waterway with the Savannah in the background. And this was the site one time where women would come down to sell their Fuskie Devil crabs to the freighters and streamers and the tourists that were coming here on the island. So today we're going to set out to see if we can find the Fuskie Devil crab, and we're going to be tasting them. And if this is good smell-o-vision, you can enjoy them with us. We're Old Daufuskie Crab Company in search of Fuskie Devil crabs, and we understand they serve a delicious devil crab here made by Miss Ernestine Smith. So we're going to go inside, sample some of Miss Ernestine's devil crab.
I'm James Bays, the Fuskie Crab Company in Freeport Marina. This is a devil crab dinner served with fried okra and a remoulade sauce for the crab, as well as the fries and lemon.
And who makes your crab cakes for you here?
Ernestine, she's a native of the island. It's a secret recipe handed down from her mother and the rest of the family, and she makes it every week.
Now, if it's a secret recipe, is it possible you could share any of the secrets with us?
I wish I could. I could tell you it has crab in it. That's about it.
Well, that's a good starting since we're looking for crab cakes. James, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Getting ready to have my lunch. We're having a Fuskie Devil crab, so enjoy. Smell-o-vision. Oh, that is so good. Oh my goodness, I can't believe Miss Ernestine's not married. We're back at Freeport Marina in the general store, and we've just found out they'll ship the Fuskie Devil crab. Since we're along the Intracoastal Waterway, be sure to stop in and pick up your Fuskie Devil crab along the way. Thanks for coming inside Daufuskie with us. Hi, I'm Robin, and today I'm inside Daufuskie with Mary Aminetti.
It's a place where people come and they want to find serenity, they want to enjoy their days with their families. There's lots to do on Daufuskie Island that people don't realize, and it's just a great place to be, whether you want a vacation or you want a staycation. If you want to live here, it's a great place to live as well.
Well, I know you've been over here many times for those different reasons and brought people with you. Well, today I thought we'd start our adventure. We're here in Melrose on the beach, so if you could look around, you'd see we have the Harbortown Lighthouse. So Hilton Head is right here behind us. If we look the other direction, we'd see Tybee Island in Savannah, Georgia. We're on a beautiful stretch of beach, and you came to the Marsh Tacky races here last.
Yes, I did, and this beach was loaded with people. As far as you could see, they were lined up along the beach. Just come and enjoy biking and touring the historical sites and the great food that they have to offer here. just fantastic.
Well, you've named many of the things there to do, but someone needs a place to stay while they're here doing these things.
Absolutely.
So let's go take a look at some of the beachfront cottages here in Melrose and see what kind of accommodations our guests would have.
Sounds wonderful. Let's go.
Let's go. We're at the Tefusky Island Girl Cottage, which is in Melrose on the beach. And since you're our real estate agent in the group, what if as we go through, you tell us about the amenities that you see that everyone would enjoy?
Well, I'll tell you, location, location, location is everything when you're talking about real estate. And we're sitting here on this beautiful screened-in porch, and we're looking out at this beautiful ocean today. It is just absolutely gorgeous day. Nice and warm, take a walk on the beach. Location, location, location.
Mary, we're now at Freeport Marina, and they have an option for cabin rentals too. Can you tell us some of the advantages of why someone might want to stay here in Freeport Marina?
Well, we're right here at the marina, and you can just boat over here and dock and stay. And as you can see, there are many cabins here for rent, and it gives you that island feel. The restaurant is just a few steps from your front door.
Handy.
You can eat in or you can eat out at the outside bar right on the marina. It's just fabulous. They can rent a bike, they can rent a golf cart, they can discover the island. There's just so much to do.
That sounds good. Mary, I appreciate your coming inside Tefusky with me today, because if you haven't seen Tefusky, you haven't seen South Carolina.
That's right.
Hi, and welcome inside Tefusky, Southern Gateway to South Carolina. I'm your host, Robin. We're at the Hague Point Equestrian Center with Brandy. Welcome, Brandy.
Hi. Right now we have 7 horses here. 4 are boarding horses, 3 are owned by Hague Point Equestrian Center. We have 3 pastures they can graze.
What kind of riding would we be doing over here?
Over here we do a lot of Western trail riding, but we do also offer English. So you can get
me out. Western Trail, yes. English.
I am a pleasure rider, so I do a lot more Western than I do English. Pony lessons start from 2 years old, so we have trail rides that come around all the way from pony rides for the little ones to pony lessons up to trail rides for beginners and advanced.
Brandy, thank you for having us inside Tefusky today to look at the Hague Point Equestrian Center.
Oh, thank you.
Jody Smith, the owner of Sea Island Trails.
Hi.
You offer beach rides.
Yes, and dirt road trail rides. Just the wind in your hair, the smell of the salt, and watching the dolphins and feeling the rhythm of the hooves on the sand. It's just something that you can't buy. You can only experience it.
And I understand we're the only place in Beaufort County that we can ride the horses on the beach. Is that correct?
Yes, with the exception of Hunting Island during the winter time.
So we could come here and ride on the beach with Jody?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got really nice mares, and I offer private rides to beginner up to advanced, and we tailor everything to the least experienced rider. I got certified as a riding instructor, and I specialize in helping people that are fearful and want to get back into it. I can really relate to some of the challenges that they face. Pony rides are cart rides for children ages 2 to 7 years old.
Okay.
And then from ages 8 to adult, I do take out on trail. It's really tailored to each person's want.
Now that is a nice thing to know that you have that, so it's not overly structured. Since we have water taxis and different ferries coming and going, getting to Tefusky is really not that much of a challenge if we plan ahead of time.
That's exactly right.
How far ahead of time do we need to make an appointment?
72 hours notice, and you would call me directly. We'll make arrangements to get you over here.
We've had another fantastic day here inside Tefusky, exploring horseback riding with Jody Smith, owner-operator of the Sea Island Trails and the Hague Point Equestrian Center. And as always, if you haven't seen Tefusky, you haven't seen South Carolina.
Moonshiners is a Discovery Channel series that dramatizes the life of people who produce moonshine in the Appalachian Mountains of South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. Recently, one of its stars, Tim Smith, was on Hilton Head Island at Sea Pines Liquors, and Robin Townsend caught up with him.
Hi, we're here with Tim Smith from the Discovery Channel Moonshiners show. Tim, you're going to tell us what we want to know about legal moonshine.
I don't know. What do you want to know about legal moonshine? Pay your tax and you can be legal too.
Oh, if it's that easy, I'm sure there are a lot more doing it, but we know there's something special about your moonshine. What makes you special?
Well, my moonshine is made from my dad's recipe, and you can see inside the bottle. I have my dad inside. A lot of people don't see that, but you know, this is my dad's recipe, the illegal recipe, gone legal, in a legal bottle, and you can see my picture on the outside. So I'm actually the only legal guy that was illegal that never was caught. So it kind of stands out pretty good. But we make it from old-time recipe, just like they used to do it in the woods. A lot of people think it's just the basic ingredients, but I think it's more in the process, and that's what makes mine taste better.
And you have love and care in your process?
That's it. If you don't love what you're doing, you change jobs.
Well, I'd like to think people would. So do you have a still set up someplace still?
No.
No, okay. Well, just wanted
But
to
yes.
Yes,
So
you do,
let's
but
say-
nobody's
let's say
supposed
yes.
to know. Okay.
I have a legal still set
Okay,
up now.
legal still.
In Kentucky.
Nothing for the fun of it, just out in the woods
Oh,
someplace.
no. We're not fun. We all business now.
Okay, that is good.
Full-time business. We're in 9 states. And, you know, also it's named Climax Moonshine because I'm from Climax, Virginia.
Well, I was just going to
I get a lot
ask
of those
that.
questions
Is
about
where your
what-
name came from.
Yeah. And then Camo, she's always been with me. She's a Callahoola Leopard, and that's a pig hunting dog, actually. It's kind of like a camouflage Dalmatian.
You do a lot of traveling, Tim, right?
I do a lot of traveling, yeah.
Well, what brought you here to Hilton Head to Jeff's Sea Pine Liquor here?
Well, I guess number one reason to promote my product. And Jeff called me one day, let's say back, November of last year, and asked me about carrying a product. And you can see that he carries a number of moonshine products, and I'm just another one added to the list. Maybe a little bit more special since I have a Discovery TV show. But, you know, he called me and says, hey, you know, come down, I want you to see my place. And you can see it's all about moonshine.
Yep.
And I thought it was really, really great, you know, for that. And it's good for the whole market, actually. And then for the area, for all the visitors coming in. And, you know, what's good about having a store like this is because you have so many people from different areas.
We do.
You know, people come on vacation or they come to play golf or whatever reason they're here. And you'll have people from New York or you'll have people from California or maybe other countries. We had some from Canada earlier. And those guys will buy that bottle and they will take it back to where they're from. So it's actually spreading the word pretty rapidly. Instead of us trying to go from state to state, we just let the people do it for us.
That's a word of mouth that's taking care of it.
Well, that's good and solid right there. That means a lot because a lot of times, you know, we try to promote things on internet and Facebook and tweet and stuff, and you're not for sure, is it true or is it coming from a real person or not? Is it just something computerized? So now you can see it's a real person, and they take the real product back and they promote it themselves, and it helps us both.
Tim, thank you so much for your time this
All right.
morning. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for coming here to Sea Pines Liquor.
Good.
And we'll hope to see you again.
Could be. You never know.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're back at you.
Hi, we're here with Robin Townsend, and she is from Defusky Island, which is a small little island south of Hilton Head with no bridge. Robin, thank you so much for coming.
Stephanie, thank you for having me
How was your
back.
trip over?
It was fantastic. Rode the ferry over, had a great time.
So if you're wondering how to get to Defusky, because they are a bridgeless island, there are ferries and all kinds of other ways you can get over there. Tell me some of the options to get down to Defusky.
Well, I did. I rode the ferry over today, and some of the ferry options, because there's even more than one ferry option. There's a private ferry such as Hague Point has for their members and guests, so that's a wonderful option. But there's also a public ferry that operates, at this point in time, it's operating out of Freeport Broad Creek Marina. I have to think we have more than one place around here, Broad Creek Marina, and that's Calabogie Cruises, and it is open to the public. But we also find having a county dock over there that people love to bring their own boats over there, a private boat over there. You may opt to take a water taxi over, such as one that operates out of Bluffton, May River Excursions. They provide us a water taxi over. And as I was coming over on the ferry, I noticed some people were coming over to Defusky on a jet ski, and I've seen that more and more frequently. So as long as it's some form of marine transportation, rented a boat, whatever, just boat on over. But occasionally we even have somebody who opts to sit down with a helicopter and visit us on the island.
Oh, isn't that fancy?
Pretty exotic, yes it is.
So that's really neat. So if you're coming to Hilton Head and you've been coming for years and you always say to yourself at the beginning of the week of vacation, we need to go to Defusky, but next thing you know it's Friday and you haven't gotten there, you really should try to make a point to get over to this little gem of the Low Country because there's so much to do on Defusky and some things that you can do on Defusky you can't do on Hilton Head, such as riding the horses on the beach.
That's right. We love it because we can ride our horses on the beach. I know Hunting Island here in Beaufort County, the state park, you can ride them on the island, but on Defusky, We're fortunate in as much as we can ride our horses on the beach year-round. So,
Oh, wow.
of course, there are the trail rides too, and one of the equestrian centers has a small carriage for children under 7 with a miniature horse that's precious, that the little ones can go out horse riding. So you can horseback ride on the island, but of course there's plenty of places to dine out over there, and
Yes.
we're well known for our Fusky Devil crabs. So come over, have a Fusky Devil crab. Or
What is a Fusky Devil crab?
It is something the Gullah women on the island came up with. I don't know how many years ago, I started to say time, but some years ago, and it's their own recipe. And they take the wonderful crabs and they pick the meat out and they put their own secret ingredients in it and stuff the shell back. But they're wonderful because you get at least the meat from 3 crabs in one stuffed crab.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
They are fantastic. I love it.
Delicious.
So you may want to come over for a history tour, a self-guided or guided. You may want to come over for bird watching. And we have a new tour operator over there. It's Tour de Fusky, and they will put a package for you, whether you're wanting to kayak or bird watch or go biking or golf cart. So there are plenty to do.
The history there, the island is steeped in rich history. So if you were going to take a self-guided history tour, how would that work?
Well, there are different ways. Sometimes we're finding some people like to just call one of the, as we mentioned earlier, the different ways to get there, call one of those and put their own plans in place and have a golf cart rented and ready when they go, or bring their bikes with them ready to go. And once you arrive to Defusky, there are different places you can pick up the map and it will tell you how to do that self-guided tour.
Okay.
So that's a good way for a self-guided tour, but not everybody's adventurous to want to do a self-guided tour. So again, some of the ones we've named, you can get in touch with them and come and see Defusky with them touring you, because we think we, as the Southern Gateway to South Carolina, we should be on everyone's bucket list.
You should be.
We
You
should be.
Well, Robin, thank you so much for coming. I love talking about Defusky. It's such a little treasure down here in the Low Country, and make sure you get over there on your vacation when you're on Hilton Head.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm your host today, and we're here at the Hospice of the Low Country Yacht Hop. We have beautiful yachts and boats all around us, and this is the Hospice largest fundraiser of the year, so I understand. So we're going to be going on board boats, having a fantastic time, so come along as we do some interview and enjoy our afternoon. Captain, and you're Captain who?
Captain Morgan, of course.
Captain Morgan. Oh, that's kind of scary. And you've taken red of your black heart today.
I have. Trying to encourage people to open up their wallets for hospice care in the Low Country.
Well, that's good. And I see you're one of our board members.
We are. Yep.
Good.
Yep, I am.
And which one of these are yours, Captain Morgan?
Oh, actually, they all are today.
All today.
I'm a pirate, you see.
Okay, you took them.
We take them all.
I understand that. And tell us again, we've asked different ones, but we'd love to hear why you participate in this hospice event.
Hospice Care Low Country is such a wonderful organization. We don't turn anybody away for their financial ability to pay or do anything. And we want to get the word out that we've got strong competition. We've got actually 7 for-profit hospices that have come to our area that have actually now started to get in on some of our patients. And so we're trying to get the word out to let everyone know that we need people's support. We need to remember Hospice Care Low Country. We are the only non-profit hospice in our area, and as we said, we turn no one away for their ability to pay.
Well, this is such a wonderful setting. I can imagine it makes people feel wonderful about being involved.
Most definitely.
And we look forward to being back with you in 2015.
Please come on back. We'd love to have you. You all come back now.
Here.
Thank you.
We're here with Andy Twisdale. Andy, tell us what brings you here to the Yacht Hop today.
Well, I am the Honorary Admiral of the 2014 Yacht Hop. As a Goodwill Ambassador, my job has been to help bring as many people as possible to this event. And you see we have perfect weather, we have perfect music, and great food and wonderful boats.
So you've become an advocate, in other words?
It's one of the greatest things in our community, of over 200 volunteers helping a family experience the end of life.
Well, we appreciate your being here with us today, and it's an honor to speak to an admiral, so thank you for having us.
My pleasure, and tell all your friends that every year we have a yacht hop. It's a wonderful event.
So we'll be watching for 2015 to mark our calendars.
That's correct. Thanks, Robin.
Thank you. But what a fun event to do this, and we couldn't ask for a better day here in the Low Country.
Absolutely beautiful. We have a live auction happening later in the evening, silent auction, which is in the tent, our fabulous sponsors. We have New River Auto Mall right behind me, wonderful supporters of Hospice Care of the Low Country, Fidelity, golf, etc., many more.
Well, thank you. We appreciate your time, Darlene. Now we're going to go check out your silent auction, see some of your sponsors, and have a great afternoon. Darlene, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.